And welcome inside the Backstage Pass here for a Tuesday, May 24th. Hard to believe it's almost summertime, I guess, for some people in some parts of the country. It's already summertime up there, too, and pleased to be with you here as we're presented by our good friends over at Bangtail Whiskey. Check them out, easyliquor.com. The best way to get those guys directly sent to your door. That just a beautiful bottle of whiskey you almost don't want to drink, but you know you have to when you have one of those rough nights. Pour you one of that and just let it all go, man. Let it all flow out there. Our good friends, of course, at MitchMacs.com, the official merchandise provider of the show, MitchMacs.com. Got some cool stuff there. Go check it out. And then, of course, our friends at Hank Jr. Productions. We're back after a long weekend in Alabama. Went to a good, a really awesome music festival up there. A little town called Laverne. Has got to hang out with one of my artists, Ashton Shepard, there. Put on one hell of a show. So if you guys missed that, check out the pictures all over Facebook, and just a long drive to Alabama from Texas. This is our only show this week, and definitely looking forward to this one too. And definitely she's a powerhouse lady out there in country music, doing her thing in this latest EP. This is a beautiful EP, folks. If you hadn't checked this out, make sure you do that. It's her self-titled. Jillian Cardarelli joins us here on the program. That is the title of the EP out there. Jillian, how you doing?
Doing great. Thank you so much for having me.
We appreciate you being here, no doubt. And I'm going to dive right into it, too, because I love this. And I'm going to actually start the show a little bit differently than I normally do. I see the T-shirt there. So
Star Wars.
Tell me all about it. We just had May the 4th be with you. Tell me all about
big day.
The journey of this, the Star Wars legacy, the old movies, the new movies, why Star Wars, and how did it attract you so well?
Well, I think I watched the first one when I was about 5 or 6 with my dad. Like, it's going to be a big day. We're going to watch Star Wars. I had no idea what that meant, but my life was forever changed. I think my first crush was Han Solo, so that might have had something to do with it. And I've loved the original trilogy. Very big fan. Love the new movies, but the original 3 are my favorites. Empire Strikes Back, then Return of the Jedi, New Hope, and then The Mandalorian. My husband and I really enjoyed, diving into that. And the new Obi-Wan show is coming out soon too, which I'm very excited about.
That's going to be fun, especially with the Disney Plus. And of course, I'm a high school teacher by trade as far as the daytime goes. My kids love Disney Plus. I have a 2-year-old daughter. She's impressed by Disney Plus right now too. So it's always the same movies. We're trying to get her into the great empire that is Star Wars. So that is.
I have a feeling she will love it.
Well, I do love the shirt, and I love that too as well. I'll tell you what else I love is this debut EP. Just talk to us about it a little bit. We're going to break down some of the songs, including play What's It Going to Take Today, which is a fabulous song. It's been on CMT.com, and of course a Taste of Country, WSM, Circle TV, all these different media outlets. Tell me about this, the connection to music from a young age, and now to put out life's work in front of your fans.
Absolutely. So I've been singing ever since I could talk, and I've been into country music since I was a little girl. My grandfather was stationed in Georgia during World War II, so he brought that love of country music back home, and I immediately fell in love with the storytelling. Moved to Nashville about 8 years ago, finished up school at Belmont University, and have been here ever since. And this debut project, we actually recorded in 2019, but due to COVID and everything else that happened, we pushed it back. So I'm so excited to have this project out into the world and already writing for the next half of the project. So I'm just really proud to share it with everybody and hope that people have songs on there they can dance to, fall in love to, mend a broken heart to, all of it.
When you got the news that we were talking about that, with CMT.com, and of course the video just launching on all these different media outlets, Taste of Country, of course, WSM, Grand Ole Opry Radio, just the buzz, man, the creativeness, the entertainment side of it that I loved from the video and from the song itself that you hit on so many different areas. What was it like to get that type of feedback from different media outlets?
I think when you put something out into the world like a song, all you want is people to connect with it, and to have such a great response and have people really connect with the song is all you can ask for as an artist. So that was really, really special for me. And CMT, I may still watch CMT. When I was a little girl, it was a dream to have a video on there, and to have them be so supportive is really a dream come true.
Now, I read somewhere too, got married. Congratulations.
Yes.
Tell me about this, because
on our 1 year.
Featured in People Magazine? It was featured in
People Magazine. That was a pinch me moment for sure. I was like, People Magazine. So that was pretty amazing. That was about a year ago. We just celebrated our 1 year anniversary, and it's been, happily ever after. That's for sure.
All right, tell me about the twist there as far as how you guys met, and of course the sports agent. Is it Brian Parker? Is that correct?
Brian Parker, yes, real life Jerry Maguire.
Okay,
and, that's what I call him. And people are like, "What does your husband do?" I'm like, "Oh, he's Jerry Maguire, essentially." Well, we met. We actually shared a wall apartment complex, and we never met until we were out one night at an Italian restaurant nearby. And he used to call me in for singing really loud because I was apparently a really bad neighbor and would sing at like 1 a.m., play the guitar. It's just maybe not the best neighbor. So he'd call me in, he'd get off like a recruiting trip and be like, I'm so tired. He's like, oh, this girl's singing next door. Got me fined $100, I think, the first month I moved in. I'm like, I got to meet this guy. So we met out one night and then found out that he was that guy. And honestly, we've been together ever since. So
it's crazy how that timing works out, everything, and how you meet people. And like I said, you find your soulmate, no doubt about it. Absolutely. Hey, the EP definitely, Cool Girl really set the tone for a song that really just has, like you said, there's something fun, something exciting, and so some things on there that really relate to a lot of different people who are different fans of music there too. We're going to play the single here just a second here on the show. But man, what a great way to start it. And like you mentioned too, something fun for everyone, but this roller coaster ride of Cool Girl all the way down to Strong, which is, I know Charles Heston is on that song with you, but at the same time, just so many cool songs and so many different dynamics that you do with your voice.
Oh, thank you so much. Yeah, it's really, like you said, a journey through the whole EP. And I do hope there's something for everybody. And Cool Girl just has such a fun confidence about it. Just like, I'm going to make the first move. I don't care. And then you kind of go through the next song. If you had a heart, I'd break it. So there is a little bit of something for everybody. So they're all special in their own way to me.
Talk to me about the writing. This is a lot of just very, very inspirational lyrics and some things, like you said, that really give people some confidence. Otherwise, they may not have in certain particular songs. The writing behind the EP and how much fun it was to I guess, put pen to paper.
Absolutely. So I wrote a few songs on the EP and also had some outside cuts, which my producer, Alex Klein, who's an absolute powerhouse, amazing female producer in town. And she really helped me narrow down. We had about 80 songs we listened to and narrow down the 5 that we felt were, the strongest and really told the story. And I think for me, the one that sticks out the most in the writing aspect would probably be Strong, which I wrote with Charles Heston about my mom's journey with cancer. And it was really a song I never even thought I would release because it was so personal to me. And he invited me to play it in Nashville during CMA Fest in 2019 for a leukemia, lymphoma benefit show. And I got so many messages from people after that, like, oh, that song reminds me of my mom or my dad or my brother or my sister. And kind of took a step back and said, I think we need to release this song. If it can help one person get through a hard time, that was kind of the reason we released it, which was really a song that I kind of felt was written from my diary in a way. I was like, oh, it's too personal. I don't know that I'll release it, but I'm really glad we did. I think it really rounds out the EP as well.
Yeah, it's a fantastic project. And Jillian Cardarelli here on the Backstage Pass, presented by our good friends at Bangtail Whiskey, MitchMacs.com. And, of course, check them out, Hank Jr. Productions out of Florida. Do a great job out there. And they're actually into podcasting right now, too, at the same time. I want to go into Christmas music, and then I'm going to play the latest single. You did a beautiful Christmas song that I enjoyed very much during those rough times of 2020. Tell me about that. And is there more of that in the future for Christmas songs?
I love Christmas songs. You'll catch me singing Christmas songs in July. So a dream of mine is to do a big full production Christmas album one day for sure. But we released 3 acoustic tracks that were really, a fun thing to do during that time. And just 3 of my favorite Christmas songs.
And one definitely that came out of there was, for me, was definitely Blue Christmas. And of course, Christmas.
Big Elvis fan over here too. So that was one of my favorites.
And the other one, of course, I was referred to, Baby, Please Come Home, the Christmas version there, too. So check those out, guys, if you hadn't. Definitely just had a lot of fun with that, too. And I love the fact that you get into Christmas music. And I think everybody can say that that's a festive time of year, all year round, not just in December. So.
Absolutely. I'm not kidding when I say I'm humming Christmas songs in July. My husband's like, it's July. But
July, exactly, yeah. And then you turn the radio on, and that's all you hear, whether it be satellite radio or your local stations, beginning about just after Thanksgiving, no doubt. Well, again, it's Jillian Cardarelli. It's the self-titled EP out there right now. It came out April 8th, so you guys be sure and check that out if you haven't gotten your copy already. Yes, I got mine. Everybody ask. Always Media. We get it in advance. We stream it. We enjoy it and drive to Alabama. I can't tell you how many times I looped that EP in my truck.
Thank you so much.
Every song, and I actually even purchased it out there across all the digital platforms. Definitely, David, I'm going to get to your comment. He always comes in from England, across the pond over there, so we'll definitely get to your question. Great question here just a little bit. It's in the comment box. We'll put it on the screen. Right now, we're going to take a quick time out for good friends over at Bangtail Whiskey, our friends at MitchMacs. We'll come back, and what you'll see coming back is the latest music video from the single, What's It Gonna Take, from Jillian Cardarelli out there on the EP right now. You get a chance to check that out if you haven't seen that song. We'll come back, resume some conversation. And you know what? Sports is a big part of what we're doing today. We're live on the YouTube channel and, of course, at the Sports Guys podcast.com. Only show this week because I'm tied up with a lot of other things that are just taking my time away from the show. But, of course, back next week on Monday with a lot more great shows coming up over the summer. So be on the lookout for that, too, as well. Right now, word from Bangtail and MitchMacs coming right back here. It is the Backstage Pass. We're live on the YouTube channel and, of course, at the sportsguyspodcast.com. We're going to talk some golf after the music video. Hang tight for that. Here we go.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Burn my clothes, burn my pillows, and still smell you on my skin. Tequila shots and lime, kiss some guy that I don't know, and still taste you on my lips. I could hit the club, tell the DJ turn it up, and still hear you breathing in my ear. Get a little numb so I don't feel your touch, but my body still thinks you're here. I just want you, I just want you, I just want you gone. What's it gonna take? Shake your memory. I'm down to give you up, but you linger in my blood, and I can feel you in my veins. I just want you, I just want you, I just want you gone. What's it gonna take to break my heart away from this hold you have on me? Boy, you know I'll do anything. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? I just want you, I just want you, I just want you gone. What's it gonna take to break my heart away from this hold you have on me? Boy, you know I'll do anything. What's it gonna take? What's it gonna take? Tell me what's it gonna take? I could burn my sheets, burn my clothes, burn my pillows, and still smell you on my skin.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here with Jillian Cardarelli on the program. A little technical difficulty there, but you know what? We're back here on the program too. And just such a beautiful single right there here on the Backstage Pass presented by our good friends over there. Trying to get the audio to sync up with the video. Sometimes the buffering is always a little bit behind, but you got the gist of the song. And of course, it's out there across all the digital platforms on our self-titled EP that came out just the first part of April. So make sure you guys go check that out. And just a fantastic song. We talked about just the buzz surrounding this ever since you had put this out, and that being just a fabulous song. You've gotten the comparisons, and we talked about this before the show went live, of this kind of the Faith Hill and some of your idols growing up. When you get that kind of news from a lot of different publications out there, and when I first heard the song, I went, bam, on point. She's got the Faith Hill comparisons, no doubt. It's a 90s country feel to me, because I grew up in that era, and I'm sure you did too, and a lot of people did back then. What was that like, getting that buzz and that comparison from one of your favorite artists?
Absolutely. Faith was one of the artists, like I said, I grew up watching her on CMT. That Breathe video was such an iconic video to me. I was like, wow, that's what I want to do. She was one of those artists, her, Shania, Martina. So being, compared to Faith, or, it's just an honor. And those women that I grew up really idolizing and very inspiring.
I wanted to ask you about this because recently, man, it's taken us by storm. We've lost some of the greats in country music. When you got the news that Naomi Judd had passed away, what kind of went through your mind?
Oh, it's very sad. I've had the pleasure to meet her a handful of times, and she was one of the sweetest people I've ever met. And I've actually opened for Winona before, and it's just so devastating to the country music community. And she was one of those that was so, respected, and just an amazing woman, and a big loss for country music. So very, very sad.
Yeah, and our thoughts and prayers still with her family even today. And definitely, and I couldn't believe I read Winona said they're going to keep the tour going in memory of her mom, and keep it. Martina McBride got on it too, as well as some other great huge 90s country artists out there, some legends. So definitely check out the tour out there, and definitely go support in memory of the great Naomi Judd. Let me ask you about this, because I love the song you put out called Strong. I believe you co-wrote that one with Charles Esten too, and Charles is a great actor and artist out there too. And message sent well to people that definitely, of course, battle cancer. I know your mom did too as well. Inspirational song, and a little bit of something for everyone in that tune as well. Absolutely.
I met Charles at a St. Jude charity golf tournament in Palm Springs, and we came back and wrote that song maybe 3 weeks after that golf tournament. And it was a song that, truthfully, we didn't intend to write that day. We just started talking about our families, and his daughter had leukemia when she was young as well. And I started talking about my mom, and I just said, she's just so strong. And he's like, well, you know what? That's what we're going to write today. If you're up for it, that's what we're writing. And the song truly wrote itself. And again, I really didn't think we would release it because it was so personal to me. But after we played it out during 2019 CMA Fest, I knew I had to release it. And especially with everything that happened in 2020, we released that one in September of 2020. And it just felt like the right timing. And like I said, I just hope, no matter what anyone's going through, I hope the song can be an inspiration for them to just be strong and carry on, and it's all going to be okay.
Sure is, no doubt. Well, those words well said to a lot of people out there who are battling the same thing out there too. That, like I said, a lot of people have gone through. Back to the EP, one that definitely I think we touched a little bit on, but I want to dive more into the songwriting aspect of it, and of course the message it delivered. If You Had a Heart, because I know you guys, I think y'all put that out as a single before the EP came out. So great response for that one. Yes. What was kind of that backstory of that one?
So my producer, Alex Klein, Aaron Enderlin, Liz Hengberg, and Kellis Collins wrote that song a few years ago, and they had it in their catalog. And Alex, we sat down, it was like a rainy Sunday, and she's like, I have one I think you might like, because I love that old school country sound and the puns and the cleverness of the lyrics. She played it through once for me, and I was like, I need to record that song. So it really had that old school feel, which I just fell in love with that song right off the bat. And I was like, is anyone else cutting that? If not, I need to cut it. So that was an easy one to fall in love with. It's funny. I released that, I think, a month before my wedding. And I'm like, I'm the happiest I've ever been in my life, yet I'm releasing songs about heartbreak. But I'm just really drawn to heartbreak songs, and no matter if I'm happy or sad.
Well, that's country music for you. Heartbreak, and then you have heart love someone, and then you have heartbreak, and it's back and forth and back. But that's you got to sing about it. That's part of that 90s country era. But it's a fantastic EP. So make sure you guys check it out across all the platforms. Another one I liked on there, I think y'all did as a single before the full EP came out, Dropped, and I think that's another one that people can definitely resonate with. What was kind of the backbone of that one?
Well, that song was another outside cut, and I heard that, and it was so confident. And that's what, I was like, we need a confident song that's kind of like, you know what? I'm over it. I don't care. It's over. It's in the past. And that's exactly what that song emulates. And we released the video for it, and it just had such a great response. It's very like Norah Jones meets country music in a way. So the vibe on that one was a lot different than the rest of the EP, but it was such a fun song to record.
I loved it too. Like I said, and I tell you what, that you had to have so much fun. The music video we just showed for What's It Gonna Take. I mean, how much fun to step into the light there. Where'd you guys shoot it? Give me all the particulars of the music video.
For What's It Gonna Take? So
Correct.
Funny story. That was our first wedding venue that we had booked.
Wow.
Like when we first got engaged before COVID and all that stuff. And we ended up switching venues. And we were like, you know what? This could be a fun place to shoot a music video. So we used a half day there and shot it in a few hours, and it was just really fun. My creative director Dusty Barker and I had some fun kind of dreaming up what it would look like and kind of the vibe of it, the red flowy dress and just being barefoot, and just it's really, we wanted to capture that pain of like what's it going to take to get over you, and we all know what it takes is time, but it's just that desperate feeling that when you're in it you feel like, oh, no matter what I do I can't get over you. So we really wanted to capture what that was like.
I love it too. Let me ask you this, because a lot of people know this. It's getting ready to be, and it of course already is, a huge driven female industry now, which not probably 5-10 years ago wouldn't have said that too. No. But now so much talent, Ashley McBride, Carly Pierce, and just some of the great Lindsay L, Laney Wilson, some of the ladies are doing their thing out there. What's the biggest challenges that you face being a female in this industry in country music?
Well, like you said, I really do think the tide is kind of shifting. I think that it's a lot. There are so many women kind of paving the way, which is exciting as a female artist trying to break in the industry. I think that it's an inspiring time. I love Carly, Laney, all the ones you mentioned. It's great. And I think I'm happy to see that they're, being welcomed to country radio and just receiving all the accolades. It's just really inspiring. It's definitely, challenging in any aspect, male or female, but I'm excited and inspired to see so many women just, getting awesome recognition.
Best part of being a country artist, what would it be?
Releasing music and having fans connect with it. It would be, people saying, oh, I relate to this song, or your song helped me get through this. And that's probably the best part of, doing what we do, for me anyway.
It's a powerhouse single, and of course I love the EP out there. It's again self-titled. Jillian Cardarelli, make sure you guys check it out across all the digital platforms. I love it so much. I've had songs playing, like I said, all the entire weekend, the entire trip to Alabama, and of course you're going to loop it. I'm just warning fans, when you do it, it's a good warning. You're going to loop it on your playlist, and make sure you get that out there across all the streaming platforms. Let me ask you this before we talk a little golf and take one final time out. What's next? You guys mentioned you got this half of the record out. I'm sure there's more. Yeah. One thing I've learned is artists never rest on their laurels, right?
That's right. Never. I already have, I'm talking with Alex, my producer, and we're getting ready to go cut a few more songs already this summer. So, and I'm continuing to write too. So we're hoping to have 5 or 6 songs by the end of the year that we're going to release again. So I'm excited. I got, fired up about new stuff I've been writing, and can't wait to get that out too.
Put us on notice right here on the Backstage Pass, no doubt.
Yes.
Before that, we'll have to have you back on.
Yes, absolutely.
And play some more just great videos out there, no doubt. We'll take one final time out here for our sponsors here on the show, of course, live on the YouTube channel, the Backstage Pass. And, of course, we're going to come back and talk some sports on the sportsguypodcast.com. She's an avid golfer. She's played in a lot of celebrity tournaments across the country. So come back and hear the golf story from Jillian Cardarelli. It is the Backstage Pass, of course, the only show this week. And we're back next Monday which will be Memorial Day, Monday or Tuesday, whatever day that is. Of course, May 31st after Memorial Day. It'll be the Tuesday after. And then can we believe we're flipping the calendar to June 1st already next week? It's crazy here. Word from Bangtail and our friends over at MitchMacs coming right back. It's Rapid Fire. It's Jillian Cardarelli. It is the Backstage Pass. Hang tight.
The Bangtail pour is comprised of a sweet corn mash base. The front has a subtle sweetness and not too sharp. It has notes of a medium char or white oak for a smoky flavor in the middle, and the tail has a super smooth and warm finish.
Go behind the scenes with some of the biggest artists in music today with the Backstage Pass, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Join Brandon Morrill and his co-host Kirsty Krause as they talk to rising stars and legends about their music careers. Listen to their latest tracks and learn fun facts about the men and women behind the music you love. And be sure to tune into the Backstage Pass Monday through Friday from 3:30 to 6:30, powered by the SportsGuysPodcast.com. And welcome into the Backstage Pass. And back here on the YouTube channel, of course, the Backstage Pass are presented by Bangtail Whiskey, our friends over at MitchMacs.com, the official merchandise provider of the show, and of course, Hank Jr. Productions, and live at the SportsGuysPodcast.com. Pleased to be joined by a great country artist out there. If you hadn't heard about her, well, guess what? That's why we do these shows. Jillian Cardarelli back here on the platform known as the Backstage Pass. So let's get into rapid fire because we have a lot of things in common, you and I do. We talked about this before the show a little bit. Avid golfer. I don't play as much as you do, but these celebrity tournaments, and you don't participate in them, Jillian. You actually win. Tell me about how this golf thing got started.
Well, it all started when I was a little girl, and my dad was an avid golfer, and he said, you know what? This is a great sport you can play it your whole life. And at first I was like, oh, this is kind of boring when I was really little. Now I call him and I'm like, you know what? Thank you so much for making me take those golf lessons when I was little. But it's such a great sport, and I played all through high school. I was the only girl on my golf team in high school. It was one other girl, one of my very best friends, but she was a couple of years older. So last 2 years, it was just me and the boys on the golf team, and it was just so fun to, competitively play. And what I love about golf is that it's really a sport against yourself, which is you can't, really blame anybody else for anything. You kind of just you versus you, which is always fun, mental challenge. And these St. Jude charity golf tournaments I've been in, it's just been fantastic to pair music and golf for a great cause. It doesn't really get any better than that. So been very blessed to be a part of those, and it's just incredible.
All right, both the PGA and the LPGA, do you get a chance to kind of watch as to what's going on? PGA Championship, I know, just passed. Of course, the Masters.
Yes.
Is that kind of, you flock to your television to kind of watch the majors for the men and ladies?
Absolutely. Masters Sunday, we were glued to the TV. I was sad to see Tiger wasn't in it, but it's fun to watch, and it's a great sport.
I love it too. And honestly, it's one of those that if you're having a rough week and you want to just, I guess, kick back and you have your glass of Bangtail whiskey, I got that in.
That's right.
And then you get a chance to watch a little golf on TV, and just the sound.
It's just very calming. Yes.
Love it.
Very relaxing.
Take a nap too, but I still enjoy playing, and I need to get out there and.
Yes.
It's been about 2 years since I swung a club, so you have to give me some pointers. I may have to holler at you. So it's
sometimes when you don't play for a while, it's better because you get all the bad habits. That's what I tell myself. When I'm playing more, I'm like, I try to tweak things too much, and then when I don't play for a few months, I go out there and I'm like, I'm so good at this.
That's what they call it. Two of the best things out there.
That's
sports
right.
and music. Another sport that I'm very, very much involved in, and you were too. I got near right around that 4th degree of a black belt in Taekwondo Jiu-Jitsu. Tell people the story of being a black belt in karate.
Yes. So I started karate when I was in, I think, the 3rd grade, and got my 1st degree black belt in karate when I was about 14 years old. And, I was originally doing it. My parents put me in it for self-defense, but it really just was a bigger life lesson of never to give up. And especially in this industry, in any industry that you're in, to just keep going. There's so many times you want to just be like, okay, I'm done. I'm over it. I can't do it anymore. But I remember the black belt test we had was, I think, 7-hour test. It was so intense. I still remember it to this day. And I'm like, I don't know that I can get through this, but you just got to keep pushing through. And it really just taught me some great life lessons. And it's been fun to watch Cobra Kai too. We've been binge watching that, and it's just fun to see karate kind of come back to the forefront of everything. So
Martin Cove had a great idea to put that out, and man, he did a great job bringing back that rendition of Karate Kid in the 80s, the big hits there. Of course, latest line of youngsters that are acting and just putting out some great episodes. I think it's a fantastic. If people hadn't caught that, Jillian, they're missing out on some.
That's right. They definitely are.
Cobra Kai, no doubt about it. Plus, it's just a great storytelling, just like music. Takes you back to the original movies, and of course has a little bit of content for the new age today for the millennials. It's just a fantastic piece of work by Martin Cove. So that definitely check that out too. All right, let's do this. When you travel, so I know you have a busy schedule, no doubt. What are some of the favorite cuisines, some of the favorite foods to get into?
Okay, road like fast food or like just in general?
A little bit of everything. Why not?
Okay,
General
while I'm on the road traveling, probably Taco Bell. Love the cheesy gordita crunch. That's my like go-to road food. Trying to be healthier, we'll do like Subway salad. I'm a big fan of Italian food, obviously. So whenever I'm in a new city, I like to try to find a good Italian restaurant. And yeah, those are probably my top.
Like that. All right. Okay. Italian food right along that too as well. Because I was going to say, if people didn't know, Cardarelli, I'm sure is Italian.
That's right. It is Italian. So any city I'm in, I'm like, I gotta find a good Italian spot.
So Morel is Morale, comes from, like I said, Italy too, ancestors. So there you go. It kind of has something else in common beside the black belt too as well. Let's do this one. Drinks. When it comes to that, I guess winding up or winding down. What do you enjoy?
I'm a big red wine drinker. I love a good Cabernet just to relax, and maybe like a little Prosecco in the summer when it's nice and warm out. Yeah.
She knows her wines and she knows her notes. Look at that. Get out there too. And put them in a Backstage Pass coffee cup. Go get you one online there at MitchMacs.
There you go. There you
I'll put wine in this too. What can I say?
Hey, that's right.
It's canister and holds something and has volume. There you go. Science term right there. Let's do this. Favorite place, or I guess where would you like to go that you haven't been for like this dream destination vacation?
Greece is on my list.
That's a good one. That's a lot of
That's on a list on my bucket list to go to.
A lot of people want to do that, no doubt about it. All right, let's favorite subject in high school. What was it?
Writing, English writing.
Right.
But not math. I was not that great at math. But writing, I love to write, and that's kind of where a lot of songwriting stem from. I took a creative writing course in high school, and I just fell in love with that process. So I think that has translated a lot into my songwriting.
So a great transition. Process of songwriting, is it more of just putting those personal experiences into songs? You've had to kind of live it to put it down on paper?
Absolutely. I do draw a lot from my own experiences or, stuff my friends are going through. I think that the best songs are the ones that are, true stories that everyone can relate to.
Just like What's It Gonna Take, which is out there on the album across all the platforms out there. I love going back to it. It's such a great song. And I've looped it so many times, you just have it ingrained in your head. Such a fantastic thing. I'm going to give a quote on that one. It's media outlets. I'm going to send it to the powers that be. I wrote a quote, and I'm going to find it, and I'm going to get it again. I'm going to email it over to my good friend Tiffany Bearden. Just love her so much. She does a great job with the evolution, no doubt. Let's do this one. Lottery. It's getting up there again. Mega and Powerball. Jillian Cardarelli gets the winning ticket. What's she doing with it?
What is she doing with it? Can I have multiple things I'm doing with it?
Yeah.
Okay. I would probably donate a good chunk to St. Jude Children's Research Hospital. I've been working with them with these tournaments, and it's just truly incredible the work that they do. Not one family receives a bill from St. Jude, not for food, housing, travel. Incredible. Like I could start tearing up here any second. So it would be I would donate a big chunk to St. Jude. And then the rest, I really don't know. I don't know what I would do. I got to think about that. I would definitely take that Greece trip.
Let's say
right
there with you. Or how about a nice cruise? What about a nice cruise for
do a cruise? I've never been on a cruise. That would be
really?
something I've never done. So that would be on the list too.
I've been seeing those advertisements, and it makes you just want to jump at them right now. It's like, no, I don't want to go buy a washing machine. I just want to go on a cruise. Even though I hate right now to go to the Royal Caribbean or the Disney one out there too, just to take the family and just enjoy it. I will say I enjoy flying into the destinations more and spending like a week there or something. Are you more of that line of travel, or do you take the boat? You said you've never been on a cruise.
Never been on a cruise, so definitely the fly. I like to. When I'm on vacation, we just kind of relax and rest. So very off grid, which is nice.
All right, I love these two. Favorite flavor of ice cream and favorite movies of all time.
Okay. Favorite flavor of ice cream. Oh man, that's tough because I have like different ones in different moods.
Or flavors.
Flavors, yeah, flavors plural.
Plural, yeah.
Probably cookie dough and mint chip.
Mint. So you're a mint chip just like me. See,
Mint chip, but like it depends. Those are my top two. Or the clown cones from Baskin Robbins.
Those are good.
Love
those
those.
are good.
Yes.
Those are good out there. And then movies. I'm sure there's multiple movies of all time.
Ooh, Star Wars.
Okay.
Obviously. Star Wars. I love Rocky. Again, the story about never giving up and just going for it. Rocky, Star Wars, Indiana Jones. But Star Wars would have to take the cake. If I was on a desert island and could only like bring one series of movies to watch on the desert island, it would have to be Star Wars.
I know for me, it was like a little combination, and I hope to get my daughter into this. It's everything Harry Potter. It's everything the Lord of the Rings.
We just rewatched all the Harry Potter movies this past fall, so that's on my list too. It's on my list.
Now I was going to ask you about this. No kids, right? No kids.
No kids. No,
Okay.
Not yet.
Kids hopefully will get the Jillian Cardarelli voice and the music DNA one day. I hope. So
I hope so too.
I'd like to hear, because they're going to put out a series 2, 3, 4, and just continue the legacy of what she's already started to. So, hey, again, it's a fantastic EP, self-titled under your name. Jillian Cardarelli, make sure you guys go check it out across all the digital platforms. I wanted to ask you about live shows. Is the schedule picking up again for you?
Schedule is picking up. We're heading to Arkansas actually this upcoming weekend to play in Carpenter's Country Fest. A good buddy of mine, Lance Carpenter in Nashville, is putting on a festival down there, and I'm excited to be a part of it. And it's going to be really exciting to get back out there and play for live audience.
Well, yeah, I can't wait to come to one of your live shows one day. You tell that boy, Lance Carpenter, I said hello from the Backstage Pass. Good friend of mine.
He's great.
Multiple times. He even sent me a red T-shirt I wear sometimes. He's got his name right there, first and last too. So
I love it. He's awesome.
Great guy. Enjoy the crowd. I just came back from like I said, a big music festival this past weekend, and just great to see the crowd up there dancing, singing, having a good time. And it was just a great show we got to put on. So looking forward to that, and many more out there. Guys, check her out across all the platforms. Go get the EP. Check out all the socials. Find out what's going on. A superstar in the making right here on the Backstage Pass. And man, the story just gets better and better. And you can understand all the buzz when you hear a song like what's it going to take across all the platforms and media outlets. Hey, I appreciate the time. Thanks so much for being with me. And hey, come back anytime. Awesome. Thank you so much for having me. I appreciate it. You got it. The one and only Jillian Cardarelli. Of course, we're going to talk a little bit off air because I got something to tell her too. We're just not going to do it on here. Of course, the Backstage Pass is live on the YouTube channel. Of course, at the sportsguyspodcast.com. And as soon as the new stuff comes out, we'll definitely have her back on next time. Maybe a little microphone, a little something in her hand. I like it. We can make that live on the show here. Thanks to the sponsors. You guys go get the EP out across all the platforms, and keep an eye out there for the great Jillian Cardarelli here on the Backstage Pass. More episodes coming up next week. We resume May 31st and get back to doing it again, of course, featuring some great artists out there. One I can tell you coming up has got some pretty good swing in the business, so you want to stay tuned for that, no doubt, over the next few weeks. We'll see you guys on the Backstage Pass resume shows May 31st, 2022. Until then, have a great Memorial Day weekend, and we'll see you guys next Tuesday, 4 o'clock on the show here on the Backstage Pass YouTube channel, and, of course, at the sportsguyspodcast.com. Have a great night and a great rest of your week. Take care.